Now, obviously, you lose a guy that's the ultimate 3-and-D guy. Can go get you 20 plus. He can get you 60. But he can D up. He's always going to take the toughest assignment, which makes him one of the. That's why I always thought he was arguably the best two-way player, Skip. Because you look at what he was doing. He was getting Kawhi. He was getting KD. He was getting LeBron on a nightly basis. But, hey, Klay, we still need you to give us those 22. And he was doing it.
Yep.
Man, when I got this news and you start, Skip, you're like, Klay has a lower leg injury. And everybody starts sending out prayers. Skip, that ain't no sprained ankle. Ain't nobody sending out no prayers for no sprained ankle, Skip. You know that.
What the f***? Okay, so now that I have your attention, I have nothing. I have nothing to say. I have zero to say. If you have not yet heard the news, which I have no idea how you haven't at this point, Klay Thompson has suffered a torn right Achilles in his right leg. Obviously, right Achilles. Now, this is obviously not what I wanted to be talking about today. I was expecting to be talking about, hey, we drafted James Wiseman, here's how he might work out, but instead, I have to make this video now. So, and I know that this is something that a lot of you guys have probably been waiting on, is my reaction to this. I have zero reaction to it, other than, like, why? Like, I thought that after last season, we had already, gone through all of our injuries and everything like that. Okay, we broke the league for 3 years. I guess this is our punishment. That was all cool. And then, we get to this offseason, we say, hey, they're both Steph and Klay are coming back. Now they have a number 2 pick. They have Andrew Wiggins. Let's see what they can do. And they had pretty high expectations. But now I'm not too sure about what is gonna be happening. Because you have to think, like, in addition to Klay being, one of the greatest shooters that we've ever seen, he's a pretty good scorer, he's a great defender, which that's the only thing that I was worried about coming into the season, was how is his defense gonna be, because, ACLs can have an impact on that. But yeah, now we gotta have the conversation of, oh, Klay's coming back in 2022. Alright, so that's enough of that. Let's talk about what this could mean. So I'm not too sure about how our roster is going to be able to deal with this, because Golden State's depth has been questionable, to say the least, like throughout the dynasty, even with Kevin Durant. So I'm not too sure. And then you have the problem of Steph Curry still hasn't played a considerable amount of time with the new guys that are on the team. Kai Bowman, Andrew Wiggins, he hasn't played with, or he played 1 game, but you have guys like Eric Paschall, he only played 5 games with. You have Marquise Chris, you have, all these guys that they haven't built up any chemistry yet. And so that's the number 1 concern coming into the season, which it was going to be. But with the addition of Klay, you could imagine that it would have been a little bit easier, or it would have been a bigger margin of error. But now I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea where Golden State is going to be in the standings. I have no idea about any of that, because like I've said time and time again on this channel in the last month or so, this Western Conference is going to be, it's going to be unreal how difficult it's going to be to get a playoff spot. And so all this did was, in my eyes, all this did was make it that much more difficult for the Warriors to succeed in the Western Conference, obviously. But this season, it's going to be even, it's going to be magnified this season because of how tough the West is going to be. But Steph Curry, I'm just all I did was write down stuff. I have no script for this, obviously. So I'm just going off of bullet points, really. Steph Curry is gonna be back. I have no idea what it's gonna mean for him in terms of how he's gonna be playing, how much responsibility he's gonna have. To me, this season is gonna be what we should have seen from him last season. I mean, let's pray that nobody lands on him again, but this is gonna be what should have happened last season to me. So I guess we're gonna see. Hopefully put all the narratives of, oh, he just ran from competition, like, which is the stupidest narrative I've ever heard in my life. But we're gonna hopefully put that to rest. Andrew Wiggins, I feel like, is gonna be even bigger for the Warriors this season than we previously thought, because I'm not sure how this is going to impact his role, because before I would have seen Andrew Wiggins having sort of, I don't want to say a Harrison Barnes type of role, but leaning towards that, where he's going to be another, or he would have been another option to go to, another scoring option, but without the same sort of pressure that he had in Minnesota to be like the number 1 or the number 2. And so I think that would have been good for him, but now he's gonna need to be number 2 pretty much. So I'm not sure how that's gonna impact him, but we will see. I have no idea. Obviously, this is just one big I have no idea type of video. I don't know. It's so difficult to say, because before I expected them to be like at the bare minimum 4 seed in the West. But I think that might be their ceiling now, to be honest, 4 seed in the West. I wouldn't be surprised if they drop down to like, 6, 7, or even 8 at this point, because of the lack of experience on the team and the lack of, I don't want to say depth, but mainly the lack of experience. Now, I will say that Draymond Green needs to figure it out this season, or else he might be out of here, to be honest. I don't think that that's going to be too much of an issue for him, but I don't know, given what we saw last season, it's not guaranteed. And so you have to think about that. Now, I talked about the Western Conference already, but yeah, that's just my thoughts. And I almost forgot. Let's talk about our draft pick, James Wiseman. Now, I think he's a good pick. I don't want to get that twisted or anything. I think that he's going to be solid, but I think that Golden State would have wanted to know before the draft that it was going to be this serious before they made their pick, because then they might have gone with either LaMelo or someone else. Because while Golden State needed size, I feel like if they had Klay, then that would be their main concern. But now, since we don't have Klay anymore, that's probably going to be their main concern going into the season, is who's going to be able to fill that 2-guard spot and take some of the attention off of Steph Curry, which is going to be undoubtedly the biggest problem for them coming into the season, because while Andrew Wiggins is, a decent player, he doesn't command that much attention. And so it's going to be pretty much like last season, in that he's gonna have nobody to go to other than, last season there was D'Lo, but again, he doesn't command as much attention as Klay Thompson. And so you have to constantly be thinking about that, what they're going to be doing, how their offense is going to be run, and things of that nature. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell to be notified when I upload, comment down below what you want to see next, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.